for the kind introduction and for this offering that you and Layla have put together. It's a pleasure to be with everyone here today. It's good to see some familiar faces and some new faces. And to just be with all of you. I have a bit of an agenda. You don't have to have any agenda at all except to be here, and you've already accomplished that. So congratulations, let go of needing to do anything else. And what I wanted to practice with you around is how we close the door on an old year and open another door to a new year. That's where we are right now, in that corridor between those two, about to close a door and open another one. And I guess I was inspired to think about this just as these things happened. It seemed random, but maybe not. I came upon a video of a talk show where a comedian was kind of doing a riff on the year, the previous year, and basically was going on and on about how horrendously awful the year was. And sort of there was this big buildup, as if like, just talk about this lofty year that we just had, and then basically said it was crap in various ways. And it was all very funny. I think it was from like 2014 or something like that. And I thought to myself, man, you ain't seen nothing yet, on the one hand. And then I thought about how, with a little bit of distance, how a year can seem different, and how we may want to sort of slam that door closed, or forget this year, or write it off, or somehow eliminate it from our memories. But that's not really fair to the year, because there may have been some difficult things, and then there were some wonderful things, joys and sorrows and everything in between. And what have we lost when we simply write off a year, label it? And that my mind goes interesting places. But as a teacher of mindful self-compassion, and many of you have taken the course or taken mindfulness courses, teachers have a way of inquiring into your experience of a meditation or an exercise, where we typically want to know what happened, what were the twists and turns, what unfolded for you, what did you discover, what did you struggle with. We don't typically take it at face value when you say, oh, that was a good meditation, or I love that meditation, or it was a terrible meditation, or I hated that meditation. We want to know not why or anything else, but how did it go? What actually unfolded? Because there's gold to be discovered in the details, in the moments, in the experiences. And we don't quite know what they mean at the time. And many of you are probably familiar with a Zen story about the farmer who works his little farm as hard as he can to provide for his family. And he has a horse that he uses to plow the fields. And one day the horse runs off, and the villagers all come to him and they say, oh my gosh, this is such bad luck. We're so sorry for you. And he said, well, bad luck, good luck, who knows? And they looked at him like, is this guy crazy or what? And then a few days later, he looks up and a whole herd of horses, along with his original horse, come running back in. And everyone is like, oh my gosh, this is so wonderful. Such good luck that now you have all of these horses to work your farm. And he says, well, bad luck, good luck, who knows? And then a little longer goes by, his son goes out to help him in the fields to train these horses. And in an accident of some sort, his son falls and breaks his leg. And the villagers are back to provide further commentary and to tell him, oh, what bad luck that your son broke his leg. And he said the same thing, good luck, bad luck, who knows? And then when the army came looking for people to serve in the war that was going on and saw his son with a broken leg, they passed him by, left him there, and then it was good luck. Same story. The story goes on, but you get the picture. So maybe there is something about 2021 that you could think of as good luck or bad luck, but maybe we don't know. And maybe some things unfolded for you in this past year that seemed to have one of those labels, but we're going to take a little time to look a little bit closer to see what maybe deeper lesson was learned or feeling was tapped into, or what other possibilities were unlocked by having been through an experience that maybe at the time you thought was good luck, maybe was bad luck. What if we let go of the luck thing altogether and just came to terms with our experience as it was, and see what richness can arise. So we'll take a little time to sort of settle in to ourselves, to our own selves, and then we'll walk through the 2021. Each of you will be invited to meander through your experience of the year and the various events and moments that maybe stand out, and the invitation is to encounter them with fresh eyes from a little bit of a distance and to see what actually was there, putting aside good luck or bad luck, because who knows? So if you'd like to just take a moment maybe to kind of bring your attention inward off of the screen for a bit, and to find a place for your body that is supportive, settled, to whatever degree still and comfortable, whatever is available to you, really checking in with yourself around that fundamental question of self-compassion as to what do I need? What does this body need just now? Maybe shifting the posture, maybe even having to move out of the range of your particular camera if it's on. Totally fine. Finding some degree of comfort and ease for this body. Finding your way to the breath, your breath, this very breath that you are breathing. Maybe tuning into it. It has continued to breathe itself since the last time you noticed. Letting yourself ride on the flow of breathing without having to breathe in any particular way. Just allowing this body to breathe. And if you'd like, maybe giving yourself a gentle reminder of in some form of the way in which you intend to practice today and every day with warmth and kindness. And that might include a hand on the heart or some other place on the body that is supportive or soothing to you. Feeling the warmth and the gentle pressure. Or maybe it's a kind and gentle inner smile of welcome to your own self. Welcoming yourself into this moment, at this place, at this time. Ah, here you are. So good to see you. Maybe letting that smile gently turn up the corners of the lips, the eyes to soften, the brow to unfurrow. To feel the gentle movement of the in-breath and the out-breath. Letting yourself be nourished by the in-breath and relaxed or cleansed on the out-breath, letting the breath do what it does. Each breath no place else to go, nothing else to do, but to be here in our own presence. Allowing this one moment to be enough. Perhaps allowing each breath to be enough. And maybe, just maybe, allowing this one here, the one who is breathing, to be enough. Right now, it's like this. Right now, I am like this. And it's enough. Perhaps appreciating, to whatever extent possible, the reality of your presence in this moment. That you are the one who has wandered, trudged, and dashed and traveled through this life all these many years, all these many days and hours and minutes. And here you are, here we are, each of us having traveled our own journey. And come upon this crossroads in this moment together. Each of us fully and completely ourselves. Having been shaped, molded, tested by our own lives into this being who is sitting here with a hand on the body, simply breathing. All our trials and tribulations, our challenges, our successes and failures, our highest highs and our lowest lows. Here we are today, just as we are. fundamentally whole, complete, imperfect works in progress. As you're ready, giving your mind permission to wander through the landscape of 2021, your 2021. As you would through a garden, a field, a forest. Pausing now and then to take note of whatever arises in your awareness of this year, of this time in your life. Events, people, places, ideas, accomplishments, challenges, losses, gains, surprises, gifts received or gifts given, births, deaths, marriages, divorces, milestones passed or not achieved yet, breakthroughs and stuck points, wins and losses, high points and low points, and all the varied terrain in between. Holding it tenderly, gently, without agenda, except to be perhaps a little curious. Allowing yourself to linger with any particular point of interest without judgment and with as much patience as you're able to muster, to simply consider it, to re-encounter a particular memory or event, to perhaps open your heart to being present with it in whatever way is right for you. Notice what comes up for you as you recall this particular event or moment. And most importantly, give yourself whatever you need in each moment as you do so. Maybe a breath, a pause, some savoring, some resistance, whatever is called for, some soothing or comforting as you encounter the moments, the steps on the path of 2021. Maybe a little reflection, maybe a little mental distance, whatever is called for. Please know that if any particular event or memory is a bit challenging or painful for you just now, a little too raw or fresh, just give yourself permission to acknowledge. Acknowledge it as something that you've experienced, maybe even imagining yourself bowing to it politely, acknowledging its presence and gently moving on to something else. No need to force yourself into any encounter. Maybe notice your tendency to apply a label of good or bad, good luck or bad luck. See if you can watch that tendency and take the stance of the farmer. Who knows? Can you reconnect with the feelings that came with that event? Can you see any deeper meaning or lessons or opportunities that this experience brought you, even if you weren't aware of it at the time? And this isn't necessarily about finding a silver lining or a bright side, but just to be willing to consider the whole experience in its entirety, in context and in retrospect, to observe how it unfolded and perhaps how it changed you in some way. Maybe it didn't change you at all. That's okay too. Not every experience has a deeper lesson or message, but many do when viewed from a little distance with some kindness and patience and self compassion. Taking your time, being curious and patient, and kind with yourself, including yourself as you were at the time. Because today you are a little bit different than you were then, as we all are, constantly growing, works in progress. Whenever you feel ready, letting go of that particular event and meandering on to the next one, whatever arises. No need to rush. There is no destination. I'll let you move at your own pace with less guidance and more space to explore the landmarks on your journey of 2021 with this kind and gentle approach, opening your heart to the moments. in from time to time in case the mind has wandered or drifted, inviting attention back to the pathway through your 2021, maybe finding another item, event, experience. Maybe taking note of the tendency that we have to look for problem areas, to look for the quote bad luck items, and making sure you make some room for some more uplifting experiences of 2021, some breakthroughs, some successes, some gifts, some joys, holding them with equal kindness as any other. Always the opportunity to return to this moment, this breath, this body, to reconnect to the warmth and kindness of self-compassion. Remembering that we can be patient, that we can move slowly with warmth and curiosity and self-care. allowing yourself to feel the impact on you of these various events, both at the time, but more importantly now, as you sit here, looking back, the wisdom of hindsight, of perspective. Not needing to change the experience, simply to appreciate it in a new way, each one with a little bit of distance, a little bit of warmth, a little bit of healing or learning or growing or shifting. Letting go of any questions or need to understand, if you can, just learning to love the questions themselves, as Rilke says. Continuing to move to the landscape, the garden, the forest, with curiosity, with patience, with equanimity, perhaps. Whatever is available to you in this moment. Encountering these memories, these experiences with a perhaps calmer nervous system, less of a narrow focus, more of a sense of groundedness and presence and warmth. Perhaps as you're ready, turning attention to you, this one here, as you are today, in this moment, a product of all of the experiences that you have had from the beginning. Meeting yourself here, having had this year, in whatever form it took. See yourself in this moment of time, still fully human, still imperfect and a work in progress, still with a kind and good intentioned heart. A simple wish to be happy and free from suffering, just like everybody else gathered here and everybody else on the planet. for all the experiences that have unfolded and arisen in all the days and moments of this life. Here we are. Perfectly imperfect. And from this place, turning to what lies ahead through the doorway of 2022. Might there be some way that would serve each of us if we could carry forth this open-hearted stance into the new year, into whatever unfolds tomorrow or the next day or next week or next month, with some degree of this equanimity, this warmth and kindness, this willingness to see all sides that we can see. To say, good luck, bad luck, who knows? Seeing if there might be some way that we can cultivate a kind and curious exploration of each new moment, perhaps through the practice of self-compassion. Setting aside judgment and labels and whenever possible, and instead exploring each experience just as it is, just like this. A loving heart and whatever degree of receptivity you may be able to bring to a moment. You need to bring this open heart to the moments yet to come. And what might be gained? What might be lost? What might be learned? Loving, open heart. Yours, this one. Perhaps you have discovered something that you hadn't found before. Our tendency is not to look further at things that were challenging, to appreciate what other lessons might have been learned or opportunities might have arisen. But sometimes we can be surprised. I think this is particularly well reflected in a poem by David White, the title of which is The Well of Grief. But it isn't just about grief. Those who will not slip beneath the still surface on the well of grief, turning down through its black water to the place we cannot breathe, will never know the source from which we drink, the secret water cold and clear, nor find in the darkness glimmering the small round coins thrown by those who wished for something else. Finding in the darkness glimmering the small round coins thrown by those who wished for something else. Allowing yourself to let go of this practice entirely, to maybe take some moments to just rest in your own experience, to be exactly as you are. To settle, to ground yourself, to bring yourself kindly into this gathering again. To allow the experience to be just as it was. Nothing needs to be done with it. Of course, you are invited to reflect in this way, of course, on any experience, but letting go of agendas, just letting it be what it was and what it is, and to be kind and gentle with yourself as you gently draw one door closed and open the other. May you have a happy and fruitful new year, and thank you for your kind attention and for your practice in particular. It's my pleasure to be here with you. Thanks.